Hi, my name is Shinyado. We would like to start our presentation. So first thing first, uh, I would like to talk about JD Sports. The JD Sports was established in the year 1983 by Mr. John and Mr. David. It's a UK company and a specialist retailer of fashionable brand, sports, and casual wear. They open business worldwide, and JD Sports has total 56 stores in the world. In 2016, JD Sports expand their business. For example, like Malaysia, we know like there are some physical store in Malaysia, and they try to open more and more store in Asia area. That's all for my part. I would like to pass to next presenter. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Ang Man Hong, and I'll be presenting the process identification and model. For the process identification, I will focus on JD supply chain management. Firstly, JD Sport is a company that sells many sport merchandise that come from different brands such as Adidas, Nike, Fila, Vans, New Balance, and Puma. Customer can choose from the product from the catalog that provided by JD Sport official website. After confirming the shopping cart, customer will be required to fill a lot of delivery information and choose the payment method. When submit the information, JD Sport Warehouse Management System will receive the order from the customer and will start prepare their order. When receive the order from the customer, JD Sport Warehouse and will start order the merchandise based on the customer orders from the suppliers. Second, when the merchandise that order from the different supplier is arrived to the JD Sport Warehouse, the warehouse working will start unloading the product and verify it to avoid defect product. After that, those workers can start doing consolidation process that combine different merchandise for one-time delivery to each customer. After the consolidation process, they will be packing the merchandise into cartons and paste the shipping marks on the cartons. When finish all the process, they will start the load to the cargo into vehicle and deliver it to the customer. Thirdly, based on the JD's delivery system, the standard home delivery are usually made within 3 to 9 working days of customer order being placed. JD Sport deliver those cargo by using third-party logistic. When the cargo reaches to the customer, the third-party logistic will require the customer to sign on a document to provide the customer have already received the cargo. Moreover, when the customer receives a faulty or damaged cargo, they can contact to JD Sport customer care team, and the customer care team will investigate whether a manufacturing fault is present. Then, depending on the result after refund, JD Sport provide this kind of service is to establish a good relationship with the customer and prove that they have a sense of responsibility. Moving forward to the process model. A process model is used to describe business activities and relationships. Process models are graphically representation of existing or planned processes and are excellent resources for understanding what functions are performed and how those functions interact. So this process model will be covering customer, internal employee, retail employee, and courier company. The process model will be outlining their decision being made and the model. So moving forward to the next slide will be the description of the process modeling. That's all.
Hi sir, my name is Manmei Kaur and I'm going to talk about part B first. There's lots of data collected during the process. However, for this study, I have limited it to 9 attributes only. Among the first things that you need to provide to them is your first name and last name, but for this table, I have combined it into one column. Next, you need to provide your email address and your phone number. Not to forget, you will also need to provide your delivery address. Again, I have combined the street name, house number, postcode, and state name into one column to save space for other attributes. Moving on, foreign key FK is used to link the attribute in column 5 to the product code table in order to know what it stands for. The other attributes are your shoe size, quantity purchased, price, and payment method used. I came up with this attribute specifically because I have my own account in JD Sports app and I've also referred to their privacy policy. Next, I'm going to talk about part A. Outsourcing activities that are involved in this process are the delivery service and data center. Delivery service is considered outsourcing because the work is being done by a different organization but within the same country. Meanwhile, according to the sources, JD made an agreement to outsource their data center to the host provider in order to enhance their security. Moving on, JD Sports provide their own web service via their official web page. Therefore, from the customer's point of view, there is a web service involved in this process. Next, JD Sports utilizes email service providers to provide web services and let users integrate email data with existing CRM solutions. And that's all from me. I'll pass it to Kang now. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Yong Kang and I will present the technology architecture. This section will present the technology that JD Sport are needed for processing e-commerce service. For the first technology is the domain name service DNS. It through a server to let a customer access the JD e-commerce website with their mobile and PC. Next is CloudFront, a content distribution network CDN. It aids location all over the world and it can store statistic material and provide it with reduced latency from location near customer. For example, if customer live in Kuala Lumpur, the CDN will direct the customer to the Malaysia JD Sport website. Next is e-commerce application and it is deployed by Elastic Beanstalk. It will provide the auto scaling, capacity provision, and application health monitoring. It can develop an application for user to access online shopping. Next is the storage service. It is to maintain the statistic, catalog, content, or product information such as the video, image of the product, and size of the product to customer to preview. Next is product catalog and persistent session store. It's a database service that manages a product database and assisting the customer basket and shopping cart. Next is a catalog cage. It can allowing the customer to select the product from the cage and add their selected product to the basket and cart. Next is a search engine. It will direct the customer to a product by matching their keyword that the customer search. Lastly is the checkout section, and when customer check out of the product, customer will be redirected to an SSL Entrap checkout service, which is the third-party payment method. Next, the improvement opportunity. From the financial report of JD Sport, there are big numbers of staff costs, which is 785.9 million in 2021 and 2022 is 873.8 million. The company are needed to minimize and reduce the cost by reducing the manually checking stock. This improvement is to minimize the process of swindling. It can reduce the need of retailers' employees to manually verify stock by using e-commerce application to monitor stock from various retailers. The e-commerce application may display all retailers' inventory, including the location of the customer. For example, if the customer are located in Kuala Lumpur, the application are needed to show all the retailer store statistics in Malaysia, not only the retailer nearest to the customer. The benefits of this improvement is reduce the labor cost and retailers' staff workload, as well as boosting the speed and time of the stock verification before proceeding to the carrier company to deliver goods to customer. The next part I will proceed to my group member to present it. Thank you.
Good day everyone, I'm Sanjay Tevar and I'll be guiding you through the benefits and opportunity and also the ethics and security. Firstly, we'll be looking at the benefits, and more job opportunity has been given out for youngsters for JD Sports to increase their profits. We might be thinking that it's a loss for JD Sports, but it's actually not, because as JD Sports has introduced this new trend called the JD's personal shoppers. And these personal shoppers is actually providing their customers a one-on-one service with the actual staff which they can interact with. And secondly, physical store staff has reduced due to the more usage of JD Sports JD personal shoppers. And lastly, the process cycle time has been reduced, as with the JD shopper stock, customers are able to get a one-on-one service and they do not need to wait for a long time. And looking at the ethics and security, to avoid data quality risk, the exactness of information should be checked constantly, and this identifies with the significant content in the different fields of the information record. looking at the customer privacy risk, JD Sports is actually implementing the Personal Data Protection Act 2010. This act manages the handling of individual information. For the data security risk, a firewalls and antivirus program ought to be executed to keep programmers from taking clients' data from the site or application. And lastly, for the regulatory requirements, the Malaysian government created the PDPA, also known as the Personal Data Protection Act, to provide citizens more control over their personal data.